Greetings, time travelers. Welcome to the Proudly Ignorant channel. Welcome for a very special video today. Not an episode. Today's video is a world that you've never seen before. A world that I very lovingly call the generic world. That's right, that's what this world is actually called. That's what I titled it. Now, I changed the title after I started playing it. I didn't know what I was going to call it at first, but after I played it for a while, it occurred to me that it's extremely ordinary. There's a sprinkle of pink over there. I do like it that there's a sprinkle of pink trees in the distance, on a hilltop in the distance. But besides for that, this was basically a big old forest biome. And I chopped down all of the trees, all of the small trees. These are the only large trees that I thought were worth keeping. I kept like 4 large trees around the house there. And yeah, I got the little starter house going on over there, and that's about it. I mean, I'll get to the house. I wanted to start the video over here because I can just sort of park myself over here. I feel fairly safe standing on this spot while I'm flying around in free cam mode. And that's why I wanted to start it here. I wanted to fly around in free cam mode for just a second to start off with, because I wanted to show you guys the way that my cornerstone system works. So if you can see over here, there's these platforms that are sticking out from under the ocean, and it's basically, I got these platforms going on in spots, in places where the maps, the corners of maps would be if you were to make a Minecraft map. So and I call them cornerstones because they show up. They show up on the maps, and I like doing this. I tend to make these in every corner. So if I was to like make a map right now, it would map out this area over there, and I would be at the bottom left corner of the map essentially, because I'm standing on like this side, of the cornerstone. So I would be like within this map. So yeah, I spend a lot of time in this world making these, and in places where it's kind of close to the land, I like to make this kind of bridge to it so that it's accessible, so that you can get on top of the platform. I like to make it so that you can actually get to the top of the platform, and I figured it would be a good cornerstone to bridge out to. So that's why that's going on. I did that with some of these that were kind of close to the edge of the terrain. But yeah, in many places it's kind of like this, where it's also close to the terrain, but it's not like, it's just close to kind of a like this. It's just like a sort of a beach, well, not a beach, it's like a landing here. But this is also a kind of a cornerstone. I make them 4x4 in places where the larger maps intersect. So in places where the level 1 maps intersect, because I want them to show up. It'll show up as a tile, as a little pixel, as a plain colored pixel in the corner of a level 1 map. The quarter-kilometer map. The level 0 map is the 1/8 kilometer map, so 128 blocks by 128 blocks, and then the quarter-kilometer map is the 256 block by 256 block map. And here's another one. And basically, I built 19 of these, going all the way around this entire freaking mountain. Over here, this is, I'm gonna break this down to where you can just go in a boat. You can go through this barrier, because this is the only barrier connecting this entire island to whatever's over there, whatever's beyond the, whatever's in that direction. I haven't really explored any further in that direction yet. But this entire island, it's basically a forested island. It's very ordinary. And it's a kind of a cool mountain, I guess, but it doesn't like pierce the clouds. It's not anything extravagant. There's lots of mountains all around Minecraft worlds everywhere you go. It's not very particularly exciting. And there's another cornerstone there. I built 19 of these, one short of 20, because the 20th one, there was one that was over here where it was very hard to access. It was just completely inaccessible. It's like right here somewhere. And I was just like, no, that's just not happening for the time being. And that's why there's only 19 of them. But really, basically, I covered a 3x4 map unit. If I was to, I like to talk in terms of map units, in terms of cornerstone units. Map units are so like one. This would be one map over here. That's like it will be completely blue. If we were to make a map where I'm floating around right now, it would just be completely blue because every pixel, well, except for the 4 corners, for the pixels in the corners, which would be plain colored. So that's a map. So I basically extended this cornerstone system. Claimed that's the way that I do this for it to feel like I claimed that region, that area of the game world, and it really helps you orient yourself around it, and it kind of makes you feel like, all right, this is the space that I'm working with. So I really like doing that, and in this world I spent a lot of time building these cornerstones because it's the first thing that I usually end up doing. But I usually go around very early in the game, in the playthrough, right after I establish myself with some iron armor and the starter house. I end up going around and build these cornerstones, especially in this world. In this world, I kind of wanted to enable myself to be as compulsive as I'd like to, just have absolutely no shame in my compulsivity. So I went full OCD in this world and just did, and I felt like constructing 19 cornerstones going all the way around this mountain peninsula, which is going to become an island. I mean, the next thing I want to do is I might end up building a house over there on that other side where I was just at, showing you guys a spot where this entire landmass connects to the rest of the landmass, I guess, that's on the other side. The bigger, I don't know if it's a bigger landmass on that side or not. I haven't really been there very much, but yeah, there's another one right there. So yeah, I built a lot of these cornerstones, and after I built the house over there, I got the house going on, and I got like 19 cornerstones, and that's basically it. That's all I managed to do in 100 days. As you can, I went full OCD on the grass on this little peninsula that leads up to the house. I went full OCD on the grass. There is not a single instance where the grass is not broken down. I mean, I'm not talking about the grassy blocks. I'm talking about, see how like over there on that side of the terrain, I haven't really worked with that side of the terrain yet. So there's still like little patches of grass. Whereas on this side, it's just completely barren. There's no patches of grass at all because I went full OCD on this world, and I just went full Nazi on the grass. I went full grass Nazi with the grass in this world. It's just nowhere. You won't find a single little tuft of grass anywhere around the starting peninsula. I'm very fond of this area around the house. This is the house, by the way, my little starter house. And I'm gonna go over the house at the end, towards the end. I kind of want to show you guys the area around the house a little bit before I get to that. That's going to be kind of the highlight of the video, I guess, the house. Hello, cow. Are you happy over here? You're the only cow on this peninsula. I haven't brought in any new cows, any more cows. I haven't started the cow breeding yet. I don't have any farms going on yet. No cow farm, no sheep farm. You don't really need a sheep farm very much. I mean, if you're not, as long as you're not worried about wolves getting to them, like I kind of just let the sheep wander around. You don't really need a whole lot of them. But yeah, I put a bunch of stairs up to make it very traversable. Put a bunch of fence up around the places that felt kind of dangerous, where there were these natural ledges. So I made the area around it kind of, I really kind of made it neat. And I tend to do that. As I said, I allowed myself to just go full OCD, to just play this game as compulsively as I feel like. This pillar marks the spot where I spawned it. I marked the spawn spot. But the spawn spot actually, like, it's not exactly, it'll be like a slightly off from what's technically the spawn spot of the seed. So it's not. I'm not sure if it's really useful to mark the spawn spot. And I guess it kind of. I don't know. In this world, I did this. I did this in this world because I'm not sure if like any other person, if another person was to join me in this world, would they just spawn on top of that fence post, which would be a terrible spot to spawn in, because then it's like, well, you're gonna. I guess you can jump into the water down there, but I'm planning to cover that little lake up with grass blocks actually. So, anyways, I really like how this cornerstone, I believe, is kind of central. The map center. This is the world map center. The map center is in the top left corner of the origin map. This is the origin map. The origin map is what I call the map that you would form if you were to create a map around where the origin is. The origin of the coordinates origin, the 0, 0, like if you were to look at coordinates, right here is the origin, the map origin, and it's at 0, 0. So if you make a map right here, it's going to be in the southeastern quadrant, the fourth mathematical quadrant of the map, and this cornerstone right here splits the map axes. So this way is west, this way is east, that way is north, and this way is south. Did I get that right? I think that's that's east. Yes, I've seen the that's right. That is east. I have the bed facing east in this world. That's going to be the moonrise. I'm pretty sure I'm not completely distorted. Right. Well, because we're on this way is definitely north because it's adding a negative value to the z coordinate. So yeah, this cornerstone is the northwestern corner of the origin map, which is what I call the map origin. So it's the map origin. I mean what was I saying? Sorry, I'm getting a bit of a brain fog moment. That's the map origin. The corner. It's like the what was I calling it? I was just saying it. Crap. What was I calling it? Was it I guess it was. I was calling it the map origin, wasn't it? Because it's like the origin in map units. So that origin is like the coordinates origin. There we go. So that's the coordinates origin. This is the map origin. There's two origins. Because this one, if you were to make, so if you were to make a map, like on this side, it would be in the first quadrant, the first mathematical quadrant, and then if you were to expand that map out to its maximum, it would be like a 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer map, the level 4 map. Well, it would be entirely in this first quadrant. In this, it would not go into that. Like this is the ultimate the ultimate dividing line, the ultimate ley line between the north and the south, in terms of maps. Does that make sense? I'm hoping that makes sense to somebody out there. But I go to great lengths keeping track of this kind of stuff, and I thoroughly love to place these cornerstones everywhere. So I hope that made sense. And now I'm going to move on to actually talking about the house. There isn't really much more in the terrain to showcase. I mean, the cave systems aren't very extensive. The caves around here, I did go around the caves in here. There's not much to see there. They're just just a little ravine here, a little water cave here. It's not really much to see. There wasn't really much of a cave system. I mean, I didn't really dig farther down. I explored the caves, the surface caves. And the surface caves don't really go very far. They go into like some waterlogged caves underneath. And basically, and there's this ravine, this water ravine, and there aren't really many water caves that go off from the water ravine either. So really, I ended up getting the iron, my initial iron, basically from within these these places where I basically dove down into it. I basically got my initial iron from the sides of these, from the underwater sides of the terrain here, where the exposed rock is, because sometimes you can dive down deep enough, and then I just used some doors for air. So most of the iron that I came, my initial iron for the suit of iron armor, came from just the water diving, from exploring the few caves that I did have around here. But there isn't really like a big cave system that I've entered into yet. So yeah, I haven't even really explored caves yet in this world, and I've already made it to day 100. Yeah, it is. We're at 103 days played actually. This is already day 104 right now. So a little bit post after day 100 already. But I don't have anything. I got a wheat farm. I have an infinite food supply, but I got no. I don't have an enchanting table. I don't have bookshelves. I don't have a cow farm to make the bookshelves. Do I even have sugarcane? I don't even have sugarcane. I don't even have the sugarcane going yet. So I'm very early on in terms of gameplay, because I spend an inordinate amount of time chopping trees and sort of making the terrain and doing a lot of landscaping on the terrain. Just doing whatever I feel like. This is what I end up doing if I just allow myself to do whatever the heck I feel like and not bother with absolutely no shame whatsoever, and just not actually care a tiny bit about what anyone is going to think about how this would measure up to what normal people do in Minecraft. No, I just absolutely shamelessly went full grass Nazi on the grass around here because I felt like it, because I feel compulsive about the grass. I wanted to just see what happens if I just allow myself to break down every grass stuff. And yeah, I mean, it looks very clean and tidy and probably not very detailed. And I like that. I'm okay with that. I just, this is how I do Minecraft, all right? And I guess I gotta sleep real quick. Let me just go ahead and sleep out here, because I wanted to talk about the exterior of the house a little bit before I go inside. All right, so this is the house that I managed to build. It's also, you might notice that it's very similar to the house that I have in the prologue world, in the world that I am recording. In its entirety. I have the prologue world recorded past day 100 now. We're into like, I'm basically making my way towards day 200 in the prologue world series. But this one, I have multiple off-screen worlds that I also wanted to showcase. I have 5 worlds where I'm at about this point at day 100. And besides, I haven't died in this world yet. This is a legitimate hardcore mode world so far. I know that's a big ask to ask you guys to believe me, because there's no way for me to prove this, especially considering that every single time that I try to record myself playing through, doing this on camera, episodically, trying to record the first 100 days in hardcore mode, so far I failed in this challenge. I have not managed to record a full 100 days worth of hardcore Minecraft. Casual hardcore Minecraft. This is it. This is as casual as it gets. I haven't even explored caves yet. Yeah, the way that I play this game, I don't really try to do the challenging things. I don't really care for trying to. I play at a snail's pace because I just do what I feel like doing, and I have absolutely no. I hate to rush. I don't rush myself whatsoever. Not a tiny bit in this game. I like to just take it as slow as I freaking feel like, and do things when I actually get around to doing them. When it feels like I want to do them. So yeah. Anyway, that's why I don't really have anything to show you guys except for the cornerstones in this house. All right, let me go ahead and talk to you guys about the house. So it's very similar to what I had in the prologue world. I actually had this world before I started recording the prologue world. And even before the nameless world, I had this world going while I was still recording the mundane world playthroughs series. So it's a pretty old world, actually. I mean, I started in it when it was still 1.20, I believe. It is a 1.20 world because I have the pink trees, obviously, the cherry trees. So but yeah, for a long time I would just kind of put this world in suspense, because I wanted to wait to show it to you guys until I had a fully recorded series, until I proved it to you that I'm actually capable of getting to day 100 in hardcore mode without dying. Even though I'm not really doing anything challenging, so it's really not very difficult to do that if you're not really trying to like go to the nether, and it's challenging to actually finish the game, to actually beat the Ender Dragon within the first 100 days. That's challenging in hardcore mode. That's a challenge, and that's what you would. That's the majority of the content that you would encounter, you know, if you were to look into these kinds of tours of the first 100 days. People just rush to complete the game in the first 100 days. No, I don't care. I don't care about that. I also don't detail whatsoever. I put the buttons. The buttons are, hopefully, I'm not even sure if this works, but in theory, they should keep the spiders from moving further up. I had a bit of a spider issue with this house where the spiders would crawl up the side of this pillar and get stuck under the roof because they can't get over the roof, but they would just get stuck there, and then they would just hang out there for days until I had to, you know, put up a dirt pillar to get close enough to it to whack it down, to kill it. So I ended up doing this with the buttons because I'm kind of experimenting with this. I'm not sure if that actually works. I know that stairs work. I normally, in the prologue world, I had a brim of stairs going all the way around to keep the spiders as an anti-spider measure. But in this world, I'm trying buttons. But I haven't really seen spiders spawning at night anywhere close because I put up a bunch of lights everywhere around the house. So not very much stuff actually spawns around here anymore at night. So I haven't actually been able to test the buttons. I don't even know if that actually works or not. I don't even know. So there is utility to the buttons. They're not really there for detail. If it wasn't for the utility, I wouldn't even have the buttons. It would just be completely bland, completely monotonal oak plank build, which I'm very fond of doing. I really like the oak plank look. It's very vanilla looking. It's exactly what I did in the prologue world. I swear to you that this is not how all 5 of these worlds are going to look like. I do use other kinds of blocks in my other upcoming world tours of these off-screen worlds. I do, in some of these other worlds, I end up using birch planks instead of oak planks. No, I'm just kidding. I do end up using a variety of blocks in some of these other worlds. But anyways, it's time to actually go in the house. I mean, one other thing to mention, I guess, is when I was playing this world, I was still making the stories, the 2 stories, 5 blocks tall. Since then, I have started making them 6 blocks tall minimum, and I'll show you why. So this was kind of the footprint for this is, I believe, 13 by 7, 14 by 7. It goes 11 out here. No, 15. I think that is actually 15? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 15. It's a 15 by 7 footprint, not counting the little farm over here. It's a 15 by 7 footprint, which is kind of like, I wanted to see. This was kind of experimental. I wanted to see, like, make a small house. I like to build a small house as a starter house, but this is a little bigger than the house in the prologue world. The prologue world house, I wanted to see what's the smallest I can go before it actually feels claustrophobic. And there is another world that I will show to you guys in which I actually built an even smaller house that does feel kind of claustrophobic, but it still was functional. But this is kind of like one step up from the prologue world house. So there's a few more chests. I don't have anything over here. I don't have an enchanting table. I don't have a grindstone. I haven't gotten around to that yet. But I'm probably going to have an anvil in one corner here and a grindstone in another corner here. And I'm not even planning to put an enchanting table in this house, because that's beyond the starter house. I mean, this is the first house. I'm probably gonna end up building a whole other house before I actually make an enchanting room. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do that within the first 200 days of this world and the pace that I play in. But anyways, I have a few more storage space in here than I did in the prologue world, but I don't have any barrels. There's no barrels. But there's barely anything. This is my goodies chest. I got 4 diamonds, which is not enough yet for an enchanting table and a pick. I need like one more for that. That's the last of the iron that I have. I don't even have much iron going on. Yeah, it's all the drops. I haven't really killed many mobs yet. I haven't done very much at all yet. The wood logs, the logs chest over there, and the fancy stones and the non-fancy stones. I have the dirt mostly, and then the building materials chest. These two are empty. I don't have anything in these two because I don't have enough stuff yet. You don't really need all that many chests. This is more than enough chests. You really only need like 3 chests. Well, I really like the system I have in the Prologue World house, where I basically have just enough chests for everything that I need. I have like some chests and some barrels for the like the seeds and the saplings. I have a few chests around here and around the bottom there that are just filled with dirt and saplings, because I did spend a lot of time working on the terrain, and I spent a lot of time chopping these trees down. But I don't really have much wood to show you guys. I used up a lot of wood on the 19 cornerstones that I built, and then on the fence, and then on the stairs. But I used up the oak logs for the charcoal. Where is my woods? I used up the oak logs for the charcoal. So there's not much oak log stacks left, so I've been saving the birch log stacks. I've been burning up the oak logs for the charcoal. So usually I just wanted to see, perhaps potentially build something out of birch wood later on. So I've been saving those. Instead, in the Prologue world, I've been burning up the oak logs, just to have more of the. Burning up the birch logs. I mean. All right, let's go to the second floor. On the second floor, there is nothing except for the bed. It's just a bedroom up here. And this is also very similar to the Prologue World bedroom. It's because that it's a little larger, but a bit shorter. So it's 5 blocks instead of 6 blocks. And here's why I decided to start doing them 6 block style. Because with 5 blocks, it looks nice with 5 blocks when it's you don't have full blocks on top. Like this is lined with planks with slabs, with half slabs. This is lined with oak slabs. So it looks a little bit taller than 4 blocks tall. But in the bedroom floor, you can't do slab glass. There's no glass slabs, so I'm using full blocks of glass for the roof. And I gotta say that it feels a little short. Like I kind of wish that it was 1 block taller than this. And since this was the last house that I built that was using 5 block tall stories. It used to be that was standard for me. That this was basically how I always built my builds. It was like I made 5 story, 5 block tall stories. But now since this house, this was the last one. All right, I already said that. That's all. I don't need to repeat myself any more than like 5 times. All right, well, I guess there's just not really much more. I guess I can go up to the roof to wrap this up on the rooftop. But yes, I really like this design where you have the glass rooftop. I've been doing that pretty much all the time now with my starter houses. Now on this one, I started making the gates on every side, each one of the 4 sides, because I like to go across the fence sometimes and sort of look outwards so that you don't have the fence sort of blocking your view. I don't like this. I like being able to go out onto the very edge of the roof. So I'm probably going to put these gates around every corner, every side of it. I mean, but I haven't done that with this one. So yeah, that's basically it. And then I don't even have the chimney. I don't even have the chimney design where I normally like to put a campfire up on top of a pillar for the chimney. I don't even have that going on in this one. No chimney effect in this one. So it's kind of an earlier build. You can tell that I built this before I built the Prologue world, before I even started on the Prologue world or the Nameless world. Even the Nameless world, I was already doing 6 tall stories. So anyways, that's about it. That's about all I got to say about this world. This extremely generic world. I guess I never really did I fly around. Yeah, I did fly around. I did fly around the entire mountain, showcase the entire mountain. I haven't really done anything with it yet. I just went all the way around it and discovered that it's essentially an island, except for like that one spot where it was connected to some other landmass on the other side. The plans for what's next? I'm probably gonna work on this little, not quite an island. I'm gonna just break down the dirt on this side so that it does make it an island, and then I'll probably make this island my starter house, starter location, where I have the cows and the sheep. But I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what I'm doing next. I haven't figured that out yet entirely, because I need to get on with the cows. I need to get the enchanting going. That's kind of the first step after you get your starter house going, and your armor, your iron armor. The iron armor is the first step. You should do that before you build anything. And then I like to build a little house, or perhaps make a cave dwelling or something like that. So that's where I'm at in this game, and that's all I did. I don't even have the farms, the cow farm and the sheep farm. All right, that's it. There's really nothing else to say, nothing else to show. I'm done. That's it. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed this very thorough, extensively thorough. I probably spent way too much time showcasing what little there is to show. But that's kind of how I roll. That's the genre of my style. All right, this is my style. This is painfully slow and boring content, slop content. That's completely unedited, completely unfiltered, and healthy and organic. Right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and there will be more to come of this sort of stuff where I just showcase a world at around 100 days in hardcore mode. I have 4 more of these worlds that are at 100 days, and then I have 2 worlds that are beyond 100 days. I have one world that's at 200 days and another world in which I'm working towards 400 days. So all of those I'm going to make videos doing world tours in those. Not right away. I'm going to do like 3 more episodes of the prologue world, and then do the next one, and then 3 more episodes. Let's do something like that. All right. That's it, guys. That's it. I love these panoramic windows where you have this clear view of the other side of this body of water. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Thank you guys very much for checking this out. If anybody endured my very lengthy, repetitive commentary, please let me know. Let me know if you like this. Let me know if you didn't like this. That's fine too. I appreciate all of the feedback that I might get. And that's it for now. Thank you guys a lot, and I'll see you. I'll make more of these. There's going to be more 100-day world tours, and the next video I'm going to make is going to be the next episode of the prologue world. So I'll see you there. All right. Shadowlay, my fellas. Shadowlay.